Okay, so just ahead for the benefit of those of you who are watching the video later on or watching the video, you can access this handout electronically if you go to the share drive. Element card assignment PDF. Don't do the 2021, that's an old one. The current one you will see like SNC1W. Okay, so let's go over what this thing is about. And so it is an individual assignment. So you'll choose an element, you'll learn about the history, uses, and danger of the element by doing research. Take point form notes using Google Docs as you research your assignment or your element. What I'm going to actually ask you guys to do, instead of using Google Docs, I will ask you to change that. So cross that out on your piece of paper. And I do want you to use handwritten point form notes. Handwritten point form notes. Simply because the reason is this. You're still pretty early in the stage of learning how to take good research notes, and the temptation is there to just copy the paragraph or whatnot and paste. This is always the temptation when you're doing electronic notes. Handwritten notes removes that temptation and actually forces you to make a lot more concise point form notes. So your point form notes, actually look at point form notes, not like you put paragraphs and like points. Okay, so come on. Yeah, this computer should have more RAM too, I think. So cross that out. Instead of point form note using Google Doc, I will just say on paper by hand. Okay, so research requirement: use at least 4 sources. That's a level 3. Use the guidelines for research on the Google site. Textbook may be used, but 4 other sources are also required. You're looking for a story, not a list. Okay, we do want to know more about that. That's why we use history. Okay, history of the elements, not a list. For this assignment, it's not appropriate to use the SDS sheets as a research source. So make sure you don't do that. This is important. Any assignment that submit without evidence of research, no notes submitted, very few notes submitted, sources of notes are not clearly indicated, is a level 0 assignment. Okay? Meaning you get 0. Especially with the whole ChatGPT thing, it is important that you show work of your research. Okay, and rough drafts are nowadays definitely asked for. Any questions so far? So you will design a 5 to 8 card, 5-inch by 8-inch card. Essentially, a 5-inch by 8-inch card would roughly be like this. Okay, maybe a little bit smaller. This itself would be a little like 8.5 by, let's just say, 5.5. So it's just a little bit smaller than half a page. It shows a history, uses, or danger of the element. Choose one of these things to focus on. Okay, so focus on history and uses, or history and danger. Okay, better go in depth about one aspect than to show many unrelated facts. The choice of medium, style, and design is up to you. It's up to you. Okay. Be as creative as you incorporate information about your element onto the design of your card. Okay. So in terms of picture-wise, if you have any pictures on your card, and let's just say you're not really that big of an artist, it's okay for you to print the picture out. However, I would always, every time I see a picture on an assignment like this where there's like a page or a size limit, to me would be like, is this picture really needed to be there? Does it really help your your final product, or is it just cosmetic and taking up space? Okay, especially if something like there's a page limit or a certain amount of space are you allowed to and take up like half of the page. I do really want to see like a good reason why you have that there. Okay, any questions so far? So the card requirements, you must have the following on the card. You have to have the symbol, have the atomic number of the element. If you remember atomic number on any element, let's just say helium, for example, you see a small number, usually that's on the top, and you see a big number that's on the bottom. The small number here, that's the atomic number. Okay? Orientation of the card must be vertical, not sideways, and no pencil. So in this case, the orientation of the card must be vertical, I guess, like this. Okay, like this. And no pencil. Okay. On the back of the card, write 100 to 150 words to summarize the information depicted on your card. Type up a bibliography in APA style and submit the bibliography online. Write a paragraph, no point form, no pencil. Please do not hand in your first draft. Please revise and proofread your work. Hand in your best writing. Okay? Hand in your best writing. So what to write about, what information about on the element shown, how is the information shown. So to hand in point form notes, okay, as I said, handwritten on paper. Bibliography will be submitted online. Element card design, layout, organized, use of color, attention to detail. Okay. So, and 100 and 150 words, paragraph. So in this case here, the card itself, you can start it online. You can start it online, but then I do want to see it like as a hard copy, and it has to fit 5.5 inch to 8.5 inch. So if you're gonna do it on computer, aim for, as I said, half a piece of paper. Okay, and it still have to be legible. Any questions so far? Yes. I currently have some older ones, but I'm not sure if they are exactly the same as what is the requirement right now. I'll double check in with the first semester one teacher and see. Okay. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. Other questions? Yes.
I'm not sure if I said this and I didn't hear you, but what about the due date section?
Yeah, I know. So due dates. Topic selection is today. You're going to do that right now. Research is due. Research is due. I want to see your research notes. Research is due next Wednesday. So I have Wednesday and perhaps Thursday class to look over them. Okay. So let me write that down here. And let me just write it. Yes, hi.
So is it Wednesday, March the 8th?
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the bright space.
Wednesday the 8th?
Next Wednesday,
That's,
8th. Yep.
but that's also when we have the science quiz.
Yeah, I know. It's a quiz, not a test. Yeah, it's a quiz. It's not a test. And also, we're looking for draft, like research notes right now, not like, and they're supposed to be point form notes. So, not the old port. This is, um, hmm. Wow. Okay, so I guess the computer is running super slow because I'm recording this at the same time. So I'm just going to write it on the paper right now here. So next Wednesday, it would be March the 8th. March the 8th. So research note will be done. I'll be looking through it during that time too. Assignment is due on. Assignment is due. When are we coming back?
March 20th.
So next week is the last week. We have this week as our spring break. You should have research. Research should be done by the 8th. So I will say on the 22nd. So the Wednesday after March break, 22nd. Camera. March 22nd. That would be your assignment due. Okay, final product is due. Are we okay? Any questions? Yes. Oh, that's a good question. So on Wednesday the 8th, next Wednesday the 8th, what I'm going to do is there is about mid 20 students in that class. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ask you guys to hand in hard copy on that day. And what I'm going to do is hand in hard copy on that day. I will quiz you guys on your elements, symbols at that time. I'll also give you guys work period on working on your research and working on the element card. In the meanwhile, I'll be calling people up. I'll be looking at their research notes. And then I will see, I will kind of go over your sources as well as looking over what whether you have sufficient notes or not. Okay. Yes.
I might not be here again next week.
What?
Having a away.
You have an away game. Okay. Are you going to be here next Tuesday or Thursday?
Thursday, that's Tuesday.
Okay.
It's Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah. Okay. Email me. Let me know ASAP when you know. All right. So let's look at. Oh, hey, look up here. So this is the success criteria for level 4. Okay. To get a level 4, you need to make sure you. So in terms of the cards, does it show the effectiveness? 1 history, uses or hazard, on topic, demonstrate knowledge, make sure it connects properties history, uses, or danger. In terms of the card wise, this is what I'm looking for. You can read. In terms of paragraph wise, on the back, that's what I'm looking for. And research and bibliography, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm going to cross out here, organize, handwritten. Notes. Now your final bibliography will be in APA format. So I'm gonna give you a site when it come closer to the final product to give you to help you. In terms of guideline for references, so we do have online database available with the Toronto Public School Library as well as the Asian Court Library. Have you or your other teachers gone over the library database with you guys? Anyone? One? Okay. So I will kind of spend some time talk about that another day. Printed resource, okay, and digital online version can be used. Now, all other website, podcast, video must be of the following. It must be government and government organization. Here are some examples, okay? These examples, by the way, are actually very legitimate source, and some of these places like PubMed Health, National Cancer Institute, Medline Plus, these are actually stuff that I would tell my grade 11 and 12 student to use. Okay, well-known nonprofit organization like Canadian Cancer Society, HHMI, Royal Society of Chemistry, Royal American Chemical Society, those are also good ones. Well-known museum, okay, Smithsonian, but sometimes you have information that's beyond grade 9 level. So this is a part where that could be tricky for you. Well-known news and magazine organization. In grade 9, you're allowed to use these news and magazine organizations. Okay, later grades you're not. University or educational institutes. Okay. Scientific journal, Nature. This one here, it got crossed as a not for grade 9s. I mean, we're not expecting you to use those. If you end up using it, I'm okay with it. But this was crossed out because that was not like an expectation that you have to use it. Okay. Now here are, check with Mr. Chang. Don't use the following, okay? And other related sites, okay? So that WebMD, what is another one? Any tutoring sites? Tutoring sites. Okay. Also, any tutoring sites or sites that's related to a tutoring company, don't use that. Yes. Yeah, it's on your handout.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can we use Google? Like just flat out Google?
If you just flat out Google, this is the part where it's dangerous. Like if you're just saying Google, like titanium. in some ways, where you get the information. Like Google is a search engine. Search engine leads you to other places. So in this case, what other places do you end up using? This is the part about using Google is potentially difficult. I will also give two other places here. I don't think it's listed here. Yeah, so here, books and encyclopedia. So I would say Britannica. Britannica. Certainly my spelling is a little off. Encyclopedia.com. Okay. Encyclopedia.com. That is also a good one. If I think of others, I'll let you guys know. Okay. But here you should have a lot of stuff like Royal Society of Chemistry. It has a really good website about different elements too. Okay. Any questions so far? Yeah. So you can use Google to get to places, but it's more, but not like that's the final source of information. Okay. Other questions? Okay. So we're gonna start doing the topic sign up. So what's gonna happen is this. I will have a periodic table. Everyone needs to have a unique topic. So once, let's just say if Trevion picked aluminum, no one else can pick aluminum. Okay, so we're gonna do it that way, and it will be randomized. Okay,